Channel. It is Karina from Paradigm Thrifts. If you are new here, welcome. I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay, and can you believe it is already December 2nd? Actually, it's December 2nd that I'm filming this, and I just cannot believe how fast this year went. I am currently participating in Vlogmas. If you guys didn't already know, I already have one video up from yesterday, and I will be continuing to put out videos. I'm gonna try every day until December 25th, but I'm not sure if I will be able to actually follow through with that. We will see. This is my first time participating in Vlogmas, so I'm just trying to have fun with it and see if it can help bring some engagement. I am trying to reach 3,000 subscribers by the end of 2021, so if you guys are not already subscribed to my channel, please hit that red button down below and turn on the post notifications so you guys will be notified every time I put out a video. Anyway, today's video, we are talking about November's sales. Let me know down below, before you watch this video, comment down below, how were your November sales? Were they good? Did you guys run a sale for Black Friday? I've seen both sides. I've seen some people say that it was like the worst month ever, and I've seen other people say that it was their best month. I was a little bit in the middle, kind of more towards the good, like it was a good month for me. But I know that like at the beginning of the month, it didn't feel that great. It felt like it was really slow. So I totally understand if it wasn't the best. Q4 is very tricky. It can either be amazing or it can be the slowest time of the year. So if you guys are experiencing slow sales right now, I'm telling you it's normal. It's totally normal. Keep going, keep working, stay consistent, and those sales will come. So in the month of November, my total sales across all platforms, and this is even including sales that I made at the pop-up markets that I was at a couple weeks ago, was $5,705.28. This is gross sales. This is not subtracting cost of goods or platform fees, so just keep that in mind. I'm going to be going over some of my favorite sales over on Poshmark, since that is my main platform. I actually didn't have very many sales. I only had like a couple sales on both Mercari and on eBay, and then of course I had a couple sales at my pop-up markets and a few kind of scattered just through PayPal, whether it was people reaching out to me over Instagram or somewhere else to buy things from me. So that's kind of nice. It's always nice to have just friends reach out and say they want to buy something from me, because I can offer them better deals through PayPal versus on Poshmark. Anyway, let's get into my sales highlights from November. So the first sale that I'm going to share with you guys was a pair of shoes. These were by the brand YES. They were the Milky Way Gladiator platform boots, and I bought these on Facebook Marketplace. Actually, I bought two pairs of boots. I will be talking about the other one in this video as well. However, I think I already mentioned it in my last ship with me video, but I bought two pairs of boots from somebody off of Facebook Marketplace for $50 each. She ended up throwing in an additional new tags Aritzia dress for free, so I got 3 items for $100. This pair of boots sold for $114 minus the Poshmark fee, and I also offered free shipping on this, so I earned $83.75. This was a discount sent by Posher VA. I have it set so if an item is over $100, then I offer free shipping for it. I just kind of factor that into my prices, and it's been working out pretty well for me. I think that when I do sell higher end items, I like to offer free shipping just because it gives more of an incentive for the buyer to purchase it from me. The next item that I wanted to share with you kind of has a cool story behind it, but anyway, I sold this dress on Poshmark. It was a Stone Cold Fox rare printed Palms halter maxi dress. Beautiful dress. I've had this for so long, and I had it priced pretty high. I think I originally had it priced around like $200, but I've had it for a long time. So when I got this offer for $85, I was more than happy to accept it. I shipped it out, it got delivered, The buyer opened a case because I missed a flaw on it. There was a rip along the side of the dress, and of course, you know, it was totally my fault. I totally missed it. So the buyer returned it back to me, and the buyer had left a note inside the package, and it said that she was still very interested in the dress. She really wanted the dress still, but she had to pay to get it repaired. So she asked me if I would sell it to her through PayPal for a cheaper price so that she could go and get it fixed, because she still really wanted the dress. She left her phone number, so I texted her back. She responded right away, and we agreed that I would sell it to her for $70 with free shipping. I would ship it back to her, and it all went through. It went through so smoothly. She was so sweet. I was so glad that we were still able to work that out. But honestly, you just never know with Poshmark customers. Usually we only see like the negative customers. This woman was so sweet, and I'm so happy that she is happy with the dress. She was able to still get a good deal out of it. I was still able to make money, so very happy with the way that that turned out. But yes, I paid for priority shipping because I didn't want her to have to wait for it. So I think that cost around like $8, a little over $8. After shipping, I made about $62 or so. So we'll just leave it at that. The next item that sold was an athletic piece. I sourced this jacket for the thrift scavenger hunt that I did with Ashley Gibson. If you guys haven't watched that, I will link that up above. But it was this Lululemon Stronger as One jacket. I received an offer for this jacket for $78, and I accepted it. There were some solds, I think, that were like in the hundreds, but after looking at like pieces that were actually listed and for sale right now, the comps were a lot lower. I was very happy with this sale, though. I believe I paid around $25 or $28 for it, but after the Poshmark fee, I earned $62.40, and then I would just take the cost of goods off of that. Actually, with this sale, another funny story, a case was opened against this saying that there was a really heavy cigarette smell on it. I said in the case that like nobody smokes in my household, and that it might have been a USPS worker that was smoking near the packages. I totally forgot about the case and never even checked up on it after that, but apparently my funds were released, and I'm not sure how it was resolved for the buyer. I'm hoping that she got that all sorted out. The tricky thing with smell cases is that you can't really prove that it is true or not, and usually Poshmark sides with the buyer. If this ever happens to you and you have somebody open a case up against you about smell, and it's specifically cigarette smells, and you don't smoke, I would put in the case that you do not smoke and that it might have been a USPS worker who was smoking near the packages. I've had other resellers reach out to me as well and tell me that they used that explanation and were able to win their cases. And the sad part is that it's actually true. Some postal service workers do smoke around the packages, which can damage packages. That's kind of another reason why I know a lot of sellers like to protect their items with poly mailers or things like that to try and avoid getting smells to come into their clothes. Moving on, the next thing that I wanted to share with you were these Fry booties. These sold so fast. I think in like a day they sold. So this was another sale that I made because of Posher VA. They sent out a discount to the likers, and they sold right away for $72 minus a $2.46 shipping discount. So I earned $55.14. These were a pair of Fry Billy Shooty black leather boots, and these are actually from one of my consignment clients. It makes me really happy when I get items from a consignment client and it sells really quick, because then I can pay them out quicker and they are happier with the process. I feel like when it drags out and I have to sit on their item for a longer time, they kind of lose faith in what I'm doing. So yes, it's always very nice to sell a consignment client's items as soon as possible. Next item that sold was a men's item. These were a pair of men's Sorel Bighorn waterproof lined snow boots. These were a size 12. They were huge. They were like 3 of my feet if I lined my feet up together. I'm just kidding, but I have really small feet. I wear a size 6. So yeah, I was very excited to find these. First of all, Sorel sells so well for me, and then a men's Sorel big size boot was definitely going to do well for me as well. And these sold for $82. Again, offered a shipping discount of $2.46, so I earned $63.14. I did pay up a little bit for these. I believe I paid like $25, but with that kind of return, not mad at it. Next item, probably one of my favorite finds from this month and from one of my favorite sales. This is an excellent brand. If you ever come across it, pick it up because it sells super fast. This is only my second time finding it, and both times that I found it, there have even been like little flaws on them and they still sold for a really good amount. So the brand is Lunia. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And I found these Lunia washable 100% silk split wide leg pants. Lunia, I believe, is like a loungewear brand, and most of their stuff, if not all of it, is silk. But anyway, I sold these for $72. Minus the Poshmark fee, I earned $57.60. The other pair of shoes that I bought from that Facebook Market purchase, I believe I already talked about in my last Ship With Me video, but I'll just briefly go over it again. It was this pair of Unif Daria black platform ankle boots. These sold for $115. Minus the Poshmark fee, I earned $92. So I pretty much got like all my money back just on one purchase. I almost tripled my investment in that purchase because I believe the dress, the Aritzia dress, I sold for like $50 as well, which was really great. I told that girl if she had anything else to let me know and I would come and buy it from her. And she knew I was a reseller, so she was totally fine with it. The next sale is from the same consignment client, and this is one of my highest sales that I've ever made on Poshmark. It was this Burberry Brit tan quilted puffer jacket, and it sold for $220 by best offer. This sold in like an hour, I believe, by best offer. I think I had it listed for like $250, so when I saw that offer, I accepted it real quick. And after the Poshmark fee, I earned $176. For my consignment clients, when I sell an item over $100, I just split it 50-50 instead of 40-60. So I still earned almost $90 on this sale, which I think is pretty great for having it listed for not even an hour and not having to put up any initial payment. This is why I love doing consignment, and I'm hoping that I can branch into more clients and get more of these higher end pieces. If you guys have been following me for a while, then this next brand will be no shock to you. I sold another one of these Show Me Your Muumuu Gen Maxi dresses. If you guys are new here, I bought a bunch of Show Me Your Muumuu bridal collection dresses from Jomar earlier this year, and they are still selling. I still have about, I think, around like 30 dresses listed. I have some other ones that are not listed, so I've been going through and trying to see if I can actually fix them. I say this all the time, I wish that they would restock on these because I have like quadrupled my investment on this purchase. Anyway, I sold this dress for $90 and it sold for full price. Somebody actually just swooped in and bought it full price, which was amazing. After the Poshmark fee, I earned $72. The next sale that I want to share with you guys was actually a bundle that sold on Black Friday. I was running a 50% off everything in my closet sale, and I knew this dress was gonna sell because this is a great deal. I know I could have held out longer for this, but this return was great for me and the buyer got a great deal. And you know, I'm in the business of selling, I'm not in the business of storage, so I was happy to let this go for the amount that I did. Anyway, I sold a bundle of 2 items. It was this Spell and the Gypsy Babushka lavender mini dress, along with a Brandy Melville burgundy velvet choker. This choker, let me tell you, I'm pretty sure I've had this since like 2016 when I used to go to Brandy Melville warehouse sales, and it's just been sitting in my office. But I'm pretty sure this person just wanted the dress and found the cheapest thing in my closet to bundle it with, which is totally fine with me. Bundle sold for $157, so minus the Poshmark fee, I earned $125.60. I paid $22 for the Spell dress. I did see other comps ranging from around 150 to 300, so that's why I had listed mine at 300, but I'm still very happy with this sale. The buyer was really happy too. She was really excited to get this dress for a good deal, which to me, I still made a good amount of money. But let me know down below, would you have excluded this item from your 50% off sale, or would you have been okay with selling this spell dress for $150? Let me know down below. The last piece that I'm going to share with you guys was something that I picked up while I was in Las Vegas. I found this at a Goodwill, and I believe I paid like around $4 or $6 for it. But this was a Ted Baker Delina Tropical Oasis Tunic Mini Dress. This sold for $95 by best offer. Minus the Poshmark fee, I earned $76. Ted Baker does extremely well for me, and sometimes I can't even give it away. I was very happy that this piece was one of the ones that did well. So that is it for my sale highlights. I wanted to go over a little bit of the data from my closet insights on Poshmark. I did remember to screenshot it this time, but I thought it would be fun to share with you guys some of my best-selling brands for this month and just some of the data that Poshmark has started to collect for us. So under brand insights, there are 3 different options that you can toggle to change the graph. The first one is sales. So this one focuses on the dollar amount of sales that you make per brand. For me, my top selling brands were Lululemon, Burberry because of that Burberry jacket, Levi's, Spell because of that Spell sale, and Madewell. You guys saw my top 10 sales from Poshmark. Levi's and Madewell weren't even on that list, but they were some of my top selling brands, and that's just because I sold a lot of them. Usually for me, if I were to change the time frame to like all time, my best brand is always Free People, so it's very shocking to me that Free People isn't even on this list, even though like right now Free People is the top item in my closet, meaning I have more Free People in my closet than any other brand, and it's not even on this list for November for sales. However, if I switch to listings sold, Free People is number 1 at 13 items, Lululemon is next at 7 items, Levi's is next at 5, Coral at 5, Madewell at 4, A Goldie at 4. So it's kind of interesting that just because I'm selling a lot of something doesn't mean it's going to be my number 1 item. This kind of shows right here that there is kind of like inflation with Free People. Yes, we're selling a lot of it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be selling for a lot. Moving on to some of my other numbers. Now these are going to be my numbers for all the platforms that I'm selling on. My average sale price went down drastically this month. It was previously $43, and in November it was $36. My average for the year is actually $41, so 36 is definitely below average. And even though I am trying to like push up my average profit, my average sale price, I did want to make sure that towards the end of the year, so November and December, I was pushing out as much inventory as I could for tax purposes, and also just to get rid of all of the items that I am not excited for, or if I've had it for a long time. I want to be able to start 2022 with a clean slate, so I am sacrificing my average sale price and my average profit just to kind of do some tidying up around here. While my average sales price went down, my average cost of goods went up. So my average cost of goods for the year is at $10.14, but in November it was $10.16. Not a huge change, but I can definitely see that I'm starting to spend more money on inventory. Also, with my consignment clients, my payout to them is more, and I note the commission that I pay them out as the cost of goods, just to kind of simplify things. So that's why my cost of goods goes up. And like I was talking about earlier, my average profit also went down. My annual average is $24.55. Last month in October it was $27.77, which was the highest that it had ever been, but in November it went back down to $23.48. Again, I'm not really worried about that right now. Obviously I do want to maximize my profit, but my biggest focus for the end of the year is to kind of push out inventory and get rid of all of the lower tier stuff that I might have just gotten overexcited about and bought earlier this year. Next year, I think I really want to be more specific about what I'm sourcing and focus on more higher end stuff. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure yet. I know I like to have a little bit of a balance between like low end stuff and high end stuff. I don't know if I'm fully ready to jump into like luxury, but it's definitely something that I want to move towards. So that's kind of why I want to get rid of all of the lower end stuff in my closet. Now, at the beginning of November, I was getting really down on myself because I had high expectations since October was a really good month for me, but November was really slow at the beginning and I wasn't doing that well when I was comparing my numbers to October. But after chatting with my good friend Isa from the Global Collective company, she kind of kicked my butt a little bit and told me that I should be extremely proud of myself because I actually beat my LY, my last year's sales, in less than 10 days. Looking back at 2020 in November, I only did $1,195 in sales for the entire month. So now, a year later, doing over $5,000 is such a huge change, and I'm honestly really proud of that. I'm really happy that I was able to kind of like flip the way that I was looking at it. I know I've talked about that before in other videos. When you have a really good month and then the next month it's not as great, you're bound to get down on yourself, and it's easy to forget that you can't really compare two different months. Like, you can't compare two different times of the year because so many different things are happening, so many changes are happening in the economy and in the market. So you should really be focusing on only comparing your LY or your last year's numbers to your current year's numbers, and that has definitely helped me. If I were to look at a graph between last year and this year, it is a huge difference, and I'm going to try to keep doing that. My only thing is that, like, if I do really well now, what if I'm not able to beat that next year? But I'm working on getting rid of that thought and just focusing on building and growing and doing better. And yeah, I'm really excited for everything that's coming in the new year. In the month of December, I am aiming for $6,000 in sales, and I don't know if I'm going to make that just because December is usually a very slow month for me, which makes sense. A lot of people are shopping for Christmas presents and aren't necessarily shopping secondhand. I know that there has been a bigger push this year to shop secondhand for gifts. So when I'm outsourcing this month, I'm going to try to source giftable items, meaning new tag stuff, or even just like purses, scarves, things like that. Something that people might want to buy secondhand or might not care if it's secondhand, but we'll see how it goes. Let me know down below what your guys' goals are for December. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Remember, I am doing Vlogmas this month, so there will be a new video up every day. Make sure you guys are following along, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another video. Bye guys.